The Philippines has drawn a new line on the map, a statement, not just a boundary. The government in Manila has released a new standard map, officially naming the waters on its western side the West Philippine Sea. This is more than cartography, it's a political and legal declaration. By naming and mapping, the Philippines challenges other claims in the region. The new map brings clarity, showing the country's exclusive economic zone, or EEZ, extending 200 nautical miles from its coastline. It visually asserts what the Philippines claims under international law. It tells Filipinos and the world where the country believes its rights lie. The Philippines asserts its sovereignty publicly, using documentation, not confrontation. Released on February 5, 2026, it's a milestone in a long-standing dispute. For the Philippines, it's a foundational step for future negotiations about the West Philippine Sea. The new map is both a message and a mandate. To understand the Philippine map, we must first understand UNCLOS, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Finalized in 1982, UNCLOS is the constitution for the oceans, signed by most countries, including the Philippines and China. The most relevant is the Exclusive Economic Zone, or EEZ, which extends 200 nautical miles from a country's coast. Within its EEZ, a state has special rights to explore and use marine resources, fishing, oil, gas, and energy. UNCLOS provides a universal framework for resolving disputes and underpins modern maritime law. The new Philippine map is an effort to uphold this legal order, a stand for law over power in the world's oceans. The Philippines' new map is a direct application of UNCLOS. It clearly marks the 200 nautical mile EEZ measured from the archipelago's baselines, as prescribed by UNCLOS. The Philippines isn't inventing new rules, it's applying international law to its geography. The map shows waters and seabed where the Philippines claims exclusive rights. This legal foundation was affirmed in 2016, when an arbitral tribunal ruled overwhelmingly in favor of the Philippines against China. The tribunal confirmed the Philippine EEZ in the West Philippine Sea, and clarified that certain areas claimed by China are, in fact, Filipino. This ruling is legally binding. The new map is a cartographic representation of this legal victory. It specifically names features like Reed Bank and parts of the Spratly Islands within the EEZ. The tribunal found many features claimed by China do not generate their own EEZs, so the surrounding waters fall under the Philippines. The map asserts control over resources designated as Filipino by international law. By grounding its claims in UNCLOS and the 2016 award, the Philippines champions the rule of law. It's not about history or power, but about rights under a treaty most of the world accepts. The map is a symbol of this law-based approach. China's claim in the South China Sea is based on history, not UNCLOS. The 9-dash line, first drawn in 1947, loops down from China's coast, enclosing about 90% of the South China Sea. This line runs close to the coasts of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. China claims historic rights to all waters, islands, and resources within this line. UNCLOS, however, does not recognize broad claims based on history. Rights come from proximity to the coast. The 2016 Arbitral Tribunal examined China's historical evidence and found no legal basis for the 9-dash line. The ruling stated China's claims were incompatible with UNCLOS and that any historic rights were extinguished when China ratified the treaty. China rejected the ruling and continues to assert its claims. Beijing has built artificial islands in the Spratlys, some inside the Philippine EEZ, equipping them with military facilities. Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels regularly patrol these waters, often challenging the activities of other coastal states. This creates a clash between two legal and geographical systems in the same sea. The dispute is not just about lines on a map, it's about two visions of order. One is based on international law, the other on historical narrative. The result is ongoing tension and uncertainty in the region. The United States has taken a clear position on the dispute. While it doesn't pick sides on specific islands, it strongly supports international law, especially UNCLOS. Washington rejects China's 9-dash line, calling it unlawful and destabilizing. The U.S. insists maritime claims must be based on land features and UNCLOS. It backs the Philippines' law-based approach and explicitly endorses the 2016 arbitral ruling as final and binding. This support goes beyond words. The U.S. Navy, conducts freedom of navigation operations, sailing through contested waters to challenge excessive claims. The US and the Philippines have a mutual defense treaty, committing both to support each other if attacked. US officials have clarified the treaty covers armed attacks on Philippine forces or vessels in the South China Sea. This security umbrella raises the stakes for any aggressor. Other countries, Australia, Japan, the UK, France, Germany, also support the Philippine position and the rule of law. They share concerns about freedom of navigation and the stability of a rules-based order. China's actions are seen as a challenge to the global system, not just the Philippines. This international coalition adds diplomatic weight to the Philippine cause. The dispute is not just bilateral, it's about global principles. The US presence is a key factor in the regional security balance. The world is watching how the rules are enforced. The outcome will shape the future of maritime order. The West Philippine Sea is a vital maritime crossroads. Over $3 trillion in global trade passes through these waters each year, including much of Asia's oil. Any disruption could impact the global economy. The region is also rich in natural resources, oil, gas, and fisheries. For the Philippines, resources like Reed Bank could transform its energy security. The sea is a crucial fishing ground, feeding millions and supporting livelihoods. Overfishing and destructive practices threaten the ecosystem, while artificial island building has caused lasting environmental damage. The dispute is about more than rocks and reefs. It's about trade, energy, food, and the rules that govern them. The stability of the West Philippine Sea is a global concern. Governments worldwide are paying close attention. The outcome will set a precedent for maritime conflicts everywhere. The world's eyes are on the West Philippine Sea. Side by side, the two maps reveal a stark contrast. The Philippine map is grounded in modern law, clear lines, defined zones, and rights based on coastlines, not power. It reflects UNCLOS, a treaty built on sovereign equality. China's map, with its 9-dash line, is based on historical claims, vague and sweeping, not recognized by neighbors or international law. The difference is practical. A Filipino boat 150 nautical miles from Palawan is legal under the Philippine map, but an intruder under China's. Chinese vessels often enforce their claims, creating real risks for local fishermen. The two maps create two realities for those who depend on the sea. Ultimately, the conflict is between law-based order and history-based power. The international community largely sides with the law-based vision. This is the core of the West Philippine Sea dispute. It's about which principle will shape the region's future. The maps are more than lines. They're competing world views. The choice will define the region for generations. The West Philippine Sea conflict is about more than territory or resources. It's a test of the international system. Will the rules-based order endure? UNCLOS is a pillar of this system, ensuring all nations follow the same rules. For the Philippines, the stakes are existential: sovereignty, food, energy, and livelihoods. Filipino fishermen's survival depends on access to traditional fishing grounds. The new map is a tool to defend these interests. For the region, the stakes are stability and security. Military outposts and patrols create a volatile environment. The risk of escalation is real, and an arms race diverts resources from development. For the world, the precedent set here matters. If might makes right, global stability is at risk. Upholding the rule of law in the West Philippine Sea is about defending peaceful order everywhere. The outcome will echo far beyond these waters. The path forward is dialogue and respect for law. The current tension is unsustainable. A peaceful solution is in everyone's interest. UNCLOS provides the legal framework for resolving disputes. The 2016 arbitral ruling offers a clear, lawful basis for moving forward. Embracing the ruling would show China's commitment to global leadership and reassure its neighbors. It would open doors to cooperation on environment, fisheries, and resource development. The international community must speak with a unified voice, supporting the rights of all states under UNCLOS. Diplomatic pressure and principled stances can make a rules-based approach attractive for all. This isn't about containing China, but integrating it into a stable, lawful system. The choice is between order and chaos. The new Philippine map is a call for order, a world governed by laws, not force. The West Philippine Sea is large enough for all, if governed by agreed rules. The path to peace is difficult, but it's the only way to stability and shared prosperity.